Hey YouTube, welcome back. We just crafted a great pair of gloves for the build that we're currently playing. We have some tier 7 intelligence along with most of the modifiers that I was looking for. They're not perfect, but they do include a relatively new piece of technology in Last Epoch, which is the experimental affixes. So if you've been following along on YouTube, you know that there's glyphs of insight, there's runes of research, there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can do in order to get these experimental affixes onto your gear and sometimes even onto your unique items as well. So we just made these gloves, and TwitchShot reminded me that that would be a great opportunity to make a YouTube video out of it. So what we're going to do in this video here is walk through how you can use a glyph of insight. I guess how you can use a research to get an insight, and then use an insight to put an experimental affix on your gear, seal that, and then craft even more affixes onto your gear here. So what this glove looked like a second ago on screen, it had intelligence on it. But then we put the experimental affix on it, we sealed it, and then we crafted even more throwing attack speed for the build that we're playing here. Let's do a walkthrough. We're going to do it live, baby. So we're going to find a pair of gloves that has some kind of experimental... I guess, how about a exalted pair of gloves that we want to put an experimental affix onto? How about that? Glove, boot, something else? We'll find out. Let's see. What's something cool? I want some cool stuff, Chad. I want a exalted item, and then we're gonna put an experimental affix onto it. Let's see. What's a good glove? Mana-on potion. Do people use the mana-on potion stuff? I don't even mana-on potion. That's boring. How about melee attack speed? This thing here. Crit chance, melee attack speed. Why don't you just like make these? Like exsanguinous gloves? Frenzy boots? Oh, frenzy. Yeah, people like frenzy boots. Make some frenzy boots. Let's put these gloves away. Grab some boots. Something with movement speed on them. This does not glow here. Organization. It's very important. Do it. Attunement. How about like some movement speed? Yeah, these are some boots that we can mess around with here. So we're gonna put frenzy on these boots, and then we're going to craft like vitality or something. Okay, so what you might not know, if you're here in chat, you know this already, but exclamation point insight is there's some background on this this chat command. We did a video on YouTube a while ago talking about how glyph of insight works. Once we made that YouTube video, EHG watched that video and said, oh, we made a mistake, we're going to fix it. Which means my old video is out of date, which is kind of funny. Tunk took that video and made that into a calculator. So this is lastepoch.tunklab.com/insight. It's one of my chat commands. You can always find it for yourself. So this, we're going to punch in on boots. And what do we have? Let's see. Click this button. We have 632 currently. What do we got? So we have a 6 prefix. We have no prefix. 3 and 2. So let's craft a tier 1 affix there, because in order to use a glyph of insight, insights or all experimental affixes are prefixes, so we need at least one prefix here. I guess it actually doesn't matter what the prefix is, so I'm just going to use a rune of discovery, because a discovery will not consume any of my 35 forward potential. So just like, doesn't matter what it is. We got tier 1 of something. So let's go here. Let's go like no to 1. So for boots, we're going to read this text here. It's very convoluted, but thankfully this calculator does it for us. The experimental affix type is determined by forging potential. I currently have, oh my God, it's so convoluted. 35 gloves are so much easier. We have 35 forging potential. Who at EHG thought that this was a good idea? So, what the fuck? 35 forging potential means that if I click Rune of Insight right now, this will be the result. I'll have teleport. I don't want that. So tiers actually don't matter. We have 6132. Tiers do matter if you're using gloves, but I guess we need to go like put something on these boots. We don't really care about this, do we? We could like lightning res kind of stinks. Can we chaos the lightning res? We got fire res instead. So we have 34 left. There's 4 here and 34 remaining. So this is ward gain when you use a traversal skill. Sure. I'm going to up this. I want to consume as little fortune potential as possible because I don't want to brick my item. So using a Glyph of Hope on a tier 1 will probably not consume 15 forward potential. Probably. All right, so we're at 26. We got -8. So let's go 2. We have 28 left. So this is haste. If we do it right now, we're going to hit haste. We want to hit frenzy for the purpose of the conversation. We kind of want to hit frenzy, don't we? Is haste good enough? We'll keep going. Let's go up on this thing. So now we're at 25 instead. So this is, oh, we actually hit it. Okay, so we're 6, 6, 3, 4, 2. The affixes don't matter for boots, but they do for gloves. 6, 3, 4, 2. And we have 25 left, 25 left. So if I use Insight right now, it's going to hit Frenzy. And Frenzy's cool because I like attack and cast speed. Let's go Glyph of Insight. And I actually don't have an Insight. So we're going to pause for just a moment. We're going to grab this over to inventory. In order to get a Glyph of Insight, you need to pick up a bunch of garbage experimental items off the ground and keep them. So we have some. How fortunate. To get a Glyph of Insight, you use a research on an item that has as many affixes as possible. So I'm going to craft a garbage suffix here. I guess I should really do a discovery, shouldn't I? Like this. There's only 28 left there. Unfortunate. Okay, I'll get some more. So we have 22, 21, 21, 20, 16. It's pretty good. Between 1 and 24. I'm gonna keep it right here. Let's use a rune of research here. And the idea is in the background, hopefully a Glyph of Insight pops on the ground. Hey, just like we drew it up, baby. So now we're gonna toss this item over here. Let's go back to our normal crafting project. It's a pair of boots. So we have 6, 3, 4, 2. That doesn't matter, but the 25 fortune potential on boots determines that if I click a Glyph of Insight on this, it will be Frenzy based on this calculator. How cool. Look, we got Frenzy. So now we also want Vitality on our boots because Vitality or Attunement, whatever you want to put on your boots. We're going to seal this. And you have a guaranteed seal by using a Rune of Research. So let's go ahead and do that. We got 23 left. Oh, we got another Glyph of Insight. Oh my goodness. So now we can go like Vitality, what have you. Let's go like this. Click this guy. And we have 23 left. 17, brutal. So the suffixes are garbage, but for the purpose of this demonstration, just pretend like my suffixes are really, really good. Void res is, remember, you can only have one sealed affix. So I can't seal a second affix. Void res is fine. If we like, the ideal would be like spin this into hybrid health. Oh, that'd be so good. I'm gonna put some extra levels on vitality. 13. Remember, if you're walking up affixes, when I say walking up, I mean like get a 1 to a 2, and then to get the other 1 to a 2, and then another 2 to a 3, and then a 2 to a 3, and then 3 to 4, and 4 to 4. If you walk them up, technically that's the best way of crafting an item in order to not consume a bunch of fortune potential. It's a higher chance that going from a tier 4 to a tier 5 will consume more potential. So I'm gonna walk this vitality up a little bit. Oh shit. Void res. All right, how about, you know what? I'm feeling lucky. Come on, hybrid health. All right, I'm feeling lucky. Hybrid health. Pretend like we got hybrid health. That'd be so good. Yeah, so this is basically what I did 2 minutes ago off stream, making this pair of gloves. But we took an exalted item. We put it into the calculator. We followed the rules here. We got the experimental affix that we want, Frenzy. We sealed it, and then we put another modifier on it instead. That is probably the biggest brain crafting in last Epoch. Which, like, I guess it's confusing. It's very weird. But it doesn't get any more complicated than this. So if you can wrap your mind around using this calculator, you already know what's going on. Feels good? We good? Twitch chat agrees. YouTube agrees. If you got questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll see you next time.